Given the quadratic equation 2x squared plus x minus 2 equals to 0 with roots alpha and beta. We root alpha and beta. Okay, the first thing to collect are our coefficients. A is 2, B is 1, C is -2. A is a coefficient of the x squared term, B is a coefficient of x term, and C is a constant term. Now we're asked to find the exact values of alpha plus beta all over alpha beta. So the first thing we know, this is a quadratic equation. It must have two roots. Now they are giving us the roots. We call them alpha and beta. We know the property of sum of roots. If we sum the roots, then the result will be -b all over a. All right? So this should be -1 all over 2. We also know product of roots. When we multiply out the two roots, we are expected to have c all over a. So this is -2 all over 2, which is -1. We know the sum of root and we now know the product of roots. Now, if we take the first exercise, we are asked to evaluate alpha plus beta all over alpha beta. If we look at it, the numerator is just the sum. So we'll put -half divided by the denominator, which is just the product, which is -1. Okay, so -half divided by -1, the negative just cancels and our answer is half. So this is the solution for alpha plus beta all over alpha beta. If we take now the second, negative alpha minus beta. This is the same as, since we have negative on both roots, we can just factor out the negative. It will now become negative into alpha plus beta. And we know alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is -half. So we're going to have negative into -half. Negative into -half, which is just simply +half. So that result is +half. Now the last one, we are asked to find alpha all over beta plus beta all over alpha. Now, we have a fraction plus a fraction, so we proceed in the same way as with numbers. The LCM of the denominators is just their product, alpha beta. Alpha beta divided by beta, it will be alpha. Alpha multiplied to alpha, it will be alpha squared. Alpha beta divided by alpha, it will be beta. Beta multiplied to beta, it will be beta squared. Now, this gives us alpha squared plus beta squared. We have the symmetric property of the roots of a quadratic equation, which tells us it should be alpha plus beta all squared minus 2 alpha beta all over alpha beta. So here we have succeeded to transform this expression into sums of roots and products of roots, expressions involving the sums of root and product of roots. Okay, so to continue our evaluation, we take off the stuff off here. Okay, we take off this A and B that we earlier evaluated. Okay, we're leaving the sum and the product values up there. So this one now, in the place of alpha plus beta, we're going to put -half. So we say -half squared minus 2 into -1 all over alpha beta -1. So this gives us 1/4 negative negative plus 2 all over negative 1, which is going to give us LCM 4. So we have 1 plus 8, which is 9, all over 4. Now this negative sign goes up and it becomes negative 9 all over 4. So this expression here, alpha all over beta plus beta all over alpha, will just be negative 9 all over 4.